Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Tony, and I have to lose weight. And I'm back. I'm back to sunny Florida. 50 degrees, raining, sunny Florida. Yeah. After my cruise last week on Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas, and you know why we're here. Did I go on a cruise for a week? Did I do Weight Watchers on a cruise for a week? And was I able to lose weight? Well, I do have a result. I was able to weigh in back here at the house. I don't have my official Weight Watchers weight, but I do have my house-to-house weight. And so I'm going to tell you whether I gained or whether I lost. But first, let's talk about the week. Look, I've been talking about it in every video since I started remaking these videos. So like for 3 videos, I've been talking about the importance of following the program. And for me, the program that I'm on is Weight Watchers. Now, I think they've officially renamed it to WW. So I've been trying to call it WW, but I don't know. I like calling it Weight Watchers. But either way, if you hear me say WW or if you hear me say Weight Watchers, I'm talking about the same thing. And Weight Watchers has a program where you're allocated a certain amount of points every day, and every food that you eat and every beverage that you consume has a point value. And the program is simple. As long as you consume less points than you are allocated, you should lose weight. But that's not to say that the plan is foolproof. I'm sure there could be times where you consume less points than you are allocated, but you still gain weight, that kind of thing, based on other circumstances. So, but for me, on the cruise ship, so many temptations, so many of the things that I like to do on a cruise ship involve food, and there I went. Only my second week at WW to see if I could actually lose weight, and I did pretty good. Now, the personal points program for WW right now has a lot of points that are 0 points food. And so these foods, if you eat them, they're 0. They don't come off of your allocation. And they're real wholesome food. They're like whole foods. There's like whole vegetables, whole fruits, proteins that are grilled and skinless and all of those things. And that's where I focus mainly. I started off the first couple days trying to use the buffet to get those 0 point foods. I was able to find things like vegetables and chicken and fruit that I knew exactly how many points those were. Those were what I did, but after a couple days I got a little bored of just eating the salad, as it were, and I ventured off into the main dining room where they also had grilled chicken or beef by itself or vegetables on their own or potatoes, things that I could understand what the point value was. My favorite thing to eat in the main dining room of a cruise ship: shrimp cocktail, escargot, creme brulee. Those are the things I want on every cruise. I'll just give you a quick victory. I knew that I did not want to consume all of the butter that comes with escargot, and I knew that I wanted to stay away from desserts with sugar, and so this cruise I had 0 escargot and 0 creme brulee. And while that may sound disappointing, like I've deprived myself, I was excited that I was able to show that level of discipline to not eat 2 of the very favorite things that I love on a cruise ship. Now, I did indulge, and so I will tell you about that, but let me just run through a few of the meals that I had. Most of these meals, very low in points, 0 point proteins, 0 point vegetables. I did really good with that. But as the week went on, I did have some moments of struggle, and one thing that I found was challenging to me is the ritual I have around gambling and eating. So for me, my favorite cruise activity is to work during the day, stay in during the day, or just sleep during the day, relax during the day, not really, push myself too much. And then at night, I like to go have a nice meal, I like to go see shows, and I like to gamble. And what I didn't realize is a big part of the gambling is capping it off with what I like to call LNP, late night pizza. And I thought I could just do away with late night pizza, but I tell you what, every night that I gambled, at the end of the night, whether it was 1 o'clock in the morning, whether it was 11 o'clock in the evening, I wanted late night pizza, and I had pizza 3 times during this cruise. So 3 times I indulged in late night pizza. Now, fortunately, I had the points for it, so I worked the system. I had plenty of points left. I was able to have late night pizza. I was able to track that food, and I stayed inside my point total. My only other 2 big indulgences during this is I went out to the steakhouse, and I knew that I was going to have a low-calorie protein. I knew that I would have fruit for dessert. I knew that I would have vegetables, and so the one thing I took as an indulgence for the steakhouse was the classic iceberg lettuce wedge, which had bacon, blue cheese crumbles, and blue cheese. Those kind of blew my points on my steakhouse night, but I had saved those points, and so that wasn't a big deal. And then on the next to the last day of the cruise, I wanted to go to Johnny Rockets and see what their grilled chicken salad was like there. But when I got there, I was like, you know what? Let me see how many points onion rings are, and could I actually have some onion rings? Because the onion rings at Johnny Rockets are so good. 20 points, a lot of points. I get 68 points a day. 20 points, a third of my points, I used for onion rings, but I stayed under the points, and I did indulge in the onion rings, and they were delicious. So, I guess all of that said, I was able to make good choices on the cruise. I was able to stay under my points. I actively exercised on the cruise. Of course, I'm walking more than normal on a cruise anyways, but at least 2 days I went and walked the track, the indoor track that they have there, and then I would just go on walkabout around the cruise ship just to get some extra steps. I forced myself to get off the cruise ship at a couple ports that I don't normally like to get off of, and yeah, it was great. I went on a cruise for 7 days. I used Weight Watchers. Did I lose weight? Just a quick word about the scales. The scales at my house are heavier than the scales at Weight Watchers, so we know that I'm under 400 pounds on the scale at Weight Watchers. That is not true for my scale at home. I weighed the morning I left for the cruise. I weighed 405.8 pounds, and then yesterday morning when I woke up, I weighed 400 pounds even. So during that cruise, by following the process, even indulging in some of the things like pizza and onion rings, I lost 5.8 pounds in 1 week on a cruise ship. How about that? That is super exciting. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. The whole week I was trying to just stay under the points, and I was worried how it would turn out. And yeah, I followed the process, and I lost the weight, and I'm super excited. I go for my official Weight Watchers weigh-in on Friday, which will include the days since I've come home for the cruise, so I can't wait to see what that number is. I will have another update on Friday. And look, if you tracked along with me, did you think I was going to lose weight? Did you think I was going to gain weight? What do you think about this results? 5.8 pounds lighter after a week of cruising. It's pretty encouraging. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. This is Tony for Have to Lose, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.